With the upcoming election, the topic of health insurance has been heating up, especially as it relates to women. So what do women need to know about their options and making the best decisions? Joining us now is Mark Caldwell, a health insurance expert, and we have to point out, an MSU grad.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. So first of all, talk to us about why it's so important for women in particular to really understand kind of the ins and outs of healthcare.
Well, it's really important to that you have your coverage that's really available. So it's very important for women, of course, because they go to the doctor frequently. They're very worried about the reproductive care, and you want to make sure that you have coverage for that care. So that's why it's very important for women.
And you're talking about maternity coverage in particular, even before getting pregnant.
Correct. You want to make sure that you have before you're pregnant, that you have the coverage in place. It's very important that you have that.
And what kinds of other things that do women have to do if they are already pregnant that they need to look into?
Well, if you're already pregnant and you don't have insurance, there's a few options in Michigan actually that you can turn to. There's one plan that's called the Health Insurance Program in Michigan, which is your pre-existing condition plan in Michigan, and you can go to that if you have coverage, or if you have conditions, excuse me, things like pregnancy. Also, there's a Healthy Kids program for lower income individuals, and you can see if you have eligibility there as well.
Talk to us about infertility treatments and coverage, because obviously all states are different.
Right. In Michigan, actually, infertility treatment is not required to be covered. In a lot of states, it is. They're required to be covered by group plans and individual plans. But in Michigan, unfortunately, fertility treatment is not covered. So what that really means is you're going to have to go to a site like GoHealthInsurance.com, for example, and find out what plans and what carriers might offer those benefits.
And talk to us about what that site really does. If you log on, what will happen?
So when you log on, you enter some basic information, and all you really need to do is, again, enter that basic information, and you can compare plans and benefits and prices side by side right online.
And what about preventive benefits?
Preventive benefits are huge for women as well. Actually, due to healthcare reform, a lot of preventive care is now covered, required to be covered. So things like cancer screenings, mammograms, a lot of these things are now covered thanks to healthcare reform.
What would your advice be to women, whether they're already moms, about to be moms?
What I would say is ask a lot of questions. Make sure that you have all your budgets ready to go. You know that where you're going to get your care, what hospitals are convenient, and doctors are convenient in your area. And then when you're at the doctor, make sure you ask a lot of questions. Make sure that the coverage you have is exactly that fits your particular needs for your family.
We all have to do our homework.
Absolutely.
All right, Mark, thank you so much for being here, and we're going to have a link to GoHealthInsurance.com on our website, WXYZ.com. Malcolm, over to you.
Thanks.